a pan on medium heat, I'm starting with half a cup of chopped almonds. To that, I'm adding 1/4 of a cup of chopped walnuts and 1/3 of a cup of raw pumpkin seeds, and finally 1/8 of a cup of flax seeds. So I'm just going to roast this until everything is slightly golden and fragrant, and the seeds start crackling a little bit. You don't want this to get burnt, so please keep an eye as you're heating this. You want to stir it almost continuously. So after a few minutes, it turns a golden brown and the seeds are getting kind of fragrant, and there's some crackling of the seeds. So I'm going to turn off the heat and take this out of the heat. You can use any combination of nuts that you want. These are the nuts that I use. You can use pecans or macadamia nuts or hazelnuts or anything like that. So once the nuts are roasted, I'm going to use 6 cups of old-fashioned rolled oats. I have a small pan, so I'm starting with 3 cups, and I'll do the second 3 cups in a separate pan again. So you want to roast this, and we're not making granola, so we don't want to make this really brown. And actually for the muesli, you can just use raw oats, but I like to just roast this slightly until it's a little bit brown, just slightly golden, and it just starts giving us a little bit of fragrance. So this is what you want basically. It's slightly golden. The sides turn golden brown faster than the middle, so you want to watch out for the sides more. So once this is done, you want to just turn off the heat. And like I said, you can completely skip this step and just use raw oatmeal if that's what you prefer. So I'm going to transfer the roasted oats into a bowl and just spread it out lightly so it cools down completely. This is still quite hot right now. And to this, I'm going to add my roasted nuts. And then I'm going to use some dried fruits. You can use any combination of dried fruits that you want, but these are what I generally like to use. I start with 1/3 of a cup of dried cranberries. To that, I'm adding 1/2 of a cup of dried raisins, 1/2 of a cup of dried goji berries, 3/4 of a cup of chopped dates, and then 1/2 a cup of dried coconut flakes. Now we're going to mix everything together, and like I said, you can use any combination of dried fruits or nuts or seeds that you like for the muesli recipe. This is just what I use, and any quantity as well. And this is still kind of warm to the touch, so I'm going to let this sit out for a little while until it comes to room temperature before storing it in an airtight container. And the way I like to store it is in a glass jar or a plastic jar container, and it lasts for me quite easily up to 3 or 4 weeks, and I've used it as long as 2 months. So this is it. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Say a little prayer and share the love.